Okay, let me try to get my microphone closer and then go through the process of trying to figure out what some of these choices mean. So I have some way of picking my route, and that's going to be done primarily by trying each choice, and then after trying it, using what the dialogue comes afterwards to guess what the choice I made was in retrospect. So let's get on with that. Now, somehow I'm going to have to figure out what the hotkey is for skip mode, which is something I have to go through with every visual novel I play. It's a tradition, and so I'm going to be pecking all over my keyboard and doing a lot of things by accident trying to figure that out. But we'll try the system settings options first to see if that'll help me with anything. So we have skip mode. We have multiple skip modes. So trying to get those katakana. For some reason, it's slipping my mind what the first katakana in that is. Yes, I forgot a katakana. That's not good. Why is it on? Oh, that's an O. Okay, that's what I suspected, but I forgot for certain. Okay, so auto. I presume that this would then mean other mode. Wait, that's probably manual. That's the default mode, which is usually the red only. No way to like grab that that text extractor or something. I could grab that with an OCR to make absolutely sure that's the mode I want. And then they have a skip speed, which we have here as fast. And then I presume that this is slow, I'm guessing. I don't remember those kanji very well, but that looks like slow, right? If I do English into Japanese, slow. Nope, that's actually fast. Okay, fast. That's actually fast. What I have it on right now is fast. Okay. I was wrong. That's why I say I don't know Japanese. So this is telling me the skip modes, but it's not telling me which key I use to do the skip. So that's a problem. Yeah. Okay. Wait, did that freeze up the game? Oops. No, I don't want to do whatever this is. Okay. So all my stuff is still in here, right? Yeah, I just don't have very much from the Narumi side, oddly. Yeah, there's a lot of blankness. Oh yeah, I don't know why the music is loud all of a sudden. Okay, so we're going to go to the very beginning.
明日は晴れるといいですね、春本さん。
明日？
まさか知らないわけじゃないでしょ、明日が何の日なのか。
having a hard time skipping this. I
ほら
guess I can't. Oh, there we go.
んで日食がどうしたって？
全然興味ないんですか？ただの日食。
Okay.
何時頃見られるんだろ
Okay, got that skipped. Sorry, the music was drowning my voice out. Yeah, for some... Okay, Sam, for some reason the background music got back to full volume. I don't know what caused that to happen. Okay, got that fixed, I think. Okay, what is Yameru mean? Stop the game. Okay, I don't want to do that. Shoto Kato. Oh, it's shortcut, obviously. Right, so now I'm going to try things trying to figure out which is the shift. We're going to start with, which is the skip. We're going to start with the shift key. Why is the music loud again? System. Sure, saved system data. Okay, the BGM is low. Hopefully it stays low. There's a lot of messing around going on here. Okay. Good. Managed to skip. Although there's a fade out thing. But I can't skip. I have to wait for it to fade. Fade. Slow fade. Okay, skip. By left click. Keeps fading.
何時頃見られるんだろう。
ですね。
There we go. 11. Okay. So, let's just try various keys and see which one skips. So, shift. Nope. Z. X. C. V. B. N. N removes the text box. M. M advances to the next line. Comma, period, slash, other skip, A, A also advances to the next line. S also advances to the next line. D also advances to the next line. I would suspect W does as well. Yes, W does. Interesting. Okay, F, G, H. Okay, H is the same as a right click. J. J is the backlog. Okay, I'll write that down. K. L. I just advance to the next line anyway. Semicolon. Apostrophe. Q. W advances one. We already did that one. E. R. T. Y. U. I. O. P. Bracket. Bracket. Slash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Minus. Plus. Backspace. Backspace is the backlog. Okay, control. Control is kind of this, it keeps skipping if you hold it kind of thing. It's kind of not a...
いやー、それにしても春元さん、今年はイベントが
Oh, I'll skip
2
the
ヶ月後
cutscene.
にロンドンオリンピックの開会式、そのにそんなことないです。
Okay, what does Alt do? Nothing. What does Caps do? It turns on my caps lock. What does Tab do? Okay, it does the same thing as Control does. It's kind of this hold it down to skip thing. Okay, I'll just do the normal hold down to skip thing for now, but the problem with hold down to skip, so is that hold down to skip just is that it well, that's some weird oh, that brought off the controls. Okay, that was huh. So F1 might be... Oh, F1 just brings up the controls, okay. What does numpad minus do? Nothing? Okay. So the only thing that could do something... is... there could be a difference between the left and right control keys. Let's see what the right control key does. Wait. Okay, so right control key is like right click. Left control key does the skip. Wonder if I can change the skip mode. You have to be. So now I'll change what the control key does. So we have that's our skip mode currently. Let's change it to that. Okay. Let's see if that changes how control keys does a skip. No, it's the same. It just kind of it's just a manual skip. That's kind of annoying. Let's change the skip mode again. See if this does anything. Okay. There's only 3 modes. Okay, we'll leave it on this mode. Let's see if this is the right kind of skip. Let's change the skip speed to that and see if that changes what the control does. Yes, it does. Okay, so the control truly is the skip. Let's move the speed back up. Wait, this is the wrong thing. We have auto, skip. What does this do? I'll leave it at that. I'll move this back to, this is what I want to move back to fast. There we go. So that's all I can do for now. We'll try to figure out how to make it work better later or something. May not stop at red though. Okay. Skip this. I guess it's not okay. And then you go, oh, this game has choices in it. Okay, so I guess the choice that it's green, this blue is the choice I've already made. So we're going to drop a save. And I'm going to save the save in slot number 1. I'm going to overwrite what was previously in slot number 1, which is the same spot. Okay, whatever. I'm going to put it there anyway. So slot 1 is first choice. And that way, unless something changes about the game before slot 1, if some new route unlocks or something, now I can just start every time from slot 1. Then I want to do these trials. I don't have to go through the whole beginning again. Because that much skipping I did was how much skipping you have to do until you finally get to even a single choice. Okay, so last thing is, does that mean a joint investigation with Otamachi? And Otamachi responds, do you have any complaints? So what's the first thing I can respond with is this. Of course not. I am very unhappy. Okay. That's kind of... I don't know what she obviously has a complaint. The complaint is that she's unhappy, but I guess she doesn't have a specific complaint. I just don't, in general, don't like it. So we have, of course not. I'm very unhappy. So that's what I chose the first time. And then we're going to load. Well, I already read this, right? Let's load. Save 1. And pick Betsuni. Which is... It is not really a matter of dissatisfaction or anything like that. Which is nicer, is a nicer thing to say, but it might be at negative points in some sense because it is somewhat dishonest. Okay, we're going to read a few lines and hopefully we get to where we previously would have been. If the boss said that, doesn't that mean the boss has officially given the go-ahead for me to pursue this case? I just wanted to make sure. It's the same whether there's a go sign or not, right? It doesn't matter whether there's a go sign or not. What does he mean by that? Either way, you should have started the investigation on your own. No, I didn't know those were the rules. Well, that's true, but... Don't be too confident, Narumi. What does it mean? You are conceited about your talent. You're drowning in knowledge packed into your head, and you're being blown away by the flood of information. What do you want to say? Just some advice. Okay, so we're getting to the same things he said before, right? So now I'm going to go and do the load. No, it won't matter because I can't do this test with it. Okay, let's continue. So next time, on this one, first thing I drop a save into slot 2. I'm gonna pick a different response than I did the first time. And then I'm gonna hit the control key. It skips anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the settings. I'm going to switch the skip mode to a different one. I'm then going to load. Save number 2. Pick The third choice I haven't chosen yet. And hit the control key. No, it skips anyway. Okay. So, this is not good, but whatever. So let's see what the top one is. So number 2. Top one is talk about hobbies. Okay. The second one. Talk about qualifications. Third one. I don't know what it is, but it's like say when you joined. Now I gotta keep running based on the third choice, just to have make a different choice, but I don't know if any one of these is particularly correct in this instance. I joined the Metropolitan Police Department on Monday, April Fool's Day of 2002. During the training period, I solved the abduction of ordinary citizens by a cult. Other achievements have been praised, including locating the leader of an extremist group who was hiding underground. According to his wishes, we will be assigned to the Public Security Department. And then Narumi says, that's complete nonsense. It's actually just a connection. My father was in the upper echelons of the Metropolitan Police Department, that's all. As proof of that, I haven't done any notable work since I came to the Public Security Department. Every day I spend my days holed up in the computer control room viewing confiscated, uncensored, obscene images. Okay, so I get what you're putting. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. The scene was witnessed by my junior in Section 12 at 21:15 on Tuesday, October 2nd, 2007. Since then, the junior who had witnessed has started to use Otamachi, who is 5 years his senior. Since then, the juniors who have had to hold of this weaknesses have started to boss around Otamachi, who is 5 years my senior or something. Or their senior. Otamachi was awkwardly picking at his earlobe with the tip of his little finger. The rest, I guess. Address, phone number, and email address. I know about your educational background. History with women. Should I talk to you?
No, that's
enough. I understand. What did you find out? About how ignorant you are. Oh, is she talking about Otamachi? What you just said is only superficial information. You don't know the essence hidden behind it. What are you talking about? There are no two sides. He's not that handy, is he? So single-cell organisms are the same, even if you turn them over. Even if you think your back is turned, your true identity is completely visible. See, this is a typical knowledge-dependent type of talk. Okay, so I think this is what he's talking about anyway, so keep going. So is he talking about Otamachi there? Like, Otamachi was like... how he, like, just knew the right people or something? Okay, so 3. Let's put a save. So you're with, what's her face? Mew in the police station. So what did I pick the first time? I went behind the counter and grabbed the receiver. First I started dialing 110. I thought it was strange to call 110 from the police station. So the first one is call the police. Okay. What's wrong? You looked into my face, the word expression on her face. I can't connect. Is the phone line down? No, I can hear the ringtone. But there's just a ringtone and no one answers. Why? That's why I don't know. Just ask me anything. Now you don't have to yell at me. Mew's eyes overflowed with tears. Feeling awkward, I averted my gaze and tapped the phone book. Next, I tried dialing 119. The reaction is the same, can't connect. I tried calling my home and the cell phone numbers of friends I could remember, but I couldn't hear anything from the receiver. I slammed the receiver down in frustration, and then I heard footsteps from the stairs. Okay, so now let's try loading that and picking a different option. To this likely irrelevant. Okay. Second thing. I wonder why I didn't notice it until now. I had completely forgotten about the existence of cell phones. I hurriedly rummaged through my pockets. I could feel the feel of wet fabric on my fingertips. What are you doing? There is none. What? So the first choice is actually use the police phone. Second choice is find cell phone and figure out it's missing. But you'll change dialogue later because now you will not see that it's missing later. My mobile, or my Keikai, or whatever you call it. I should have it here. Didn't you drop it? Maybe so. I'm sure when I fell into the pool, I pulled my hand out of my pocket and held my head. Seriously. I just thought I bought a new one yesterday. Was it expensive? Oh, it's not just a model change. I changed my mobile company to Krop. See, it's popular these days, isn't it? Krop's mobile phone. All my friends have also switched, so I too. Having said that, I realized something. Email address. Since my cell phone company changed, my email address naturally changed as well. Yesterday, on the evening of Saturday the 19th, I'd only told a few close friends about my new address. Both are friends from high school. I don't know about Mew. So who exactly was the one who sent that email? Go back to get it? My thoughts were interrupted by Mew's question. After thinking for 6 seconds, I came to a conclusion. No, this isn't the time for that. Right now, it's better to clarify the situation. Yeah, that's right. So, Mew, please lend me your cell phone. Huh? It's your cell phone, you have it, right? Well, where'd she put it? She has no pockets. Mew muttered while fidgeting. I don't have... I mean, I don't have it. I don't have a contract. I took a deep breath and looked at Mew's face. Seriously? Yeah. But you had one when you were in elementary school, right? Kid's cell phone. I canceled my contract because I don't need it. You don't need it. Right, we don't know like the lore about her running away from home or something. Heisei.
平成6年5月21日生まれ。
Born May 21st, 1994. Mew seemed to want to say something. The words came out in my throat, but I managed to swallow them down. Or the words came up in her throat, but she managed to swallow them down. I don't want to talk too much now. Okay. Anyway, Mew doesn't have a cell phone either. Mew nods slightly.
で、固定電話を使ってみたら？
Hey, why don't you try using a landline? Even if you didn't tell me I was going to do it. I ran to the counter and reached for the phone inside. And then, I heard footsteps from the stairs. It seems that someone is coming down towards this floor. Mew and I look at each other. Immediately after, the door leading to the stairs opens quietly and a woman appeared. Okay. So if you pick the second option, you get a bunch of lore earlier. You get that Rinmaru lost his phone earlier than otherwise. That Mew does not have a cell phone earlier than otherwise, and hints about her running away from home and stuff. If you know to take him that way. So let's see what the third option does. Excuse me, someone. This is speak out loud, right? Call out loud. Is there anyone there? I put my hands on the sides of my mouth and call out to the back of the room. Mew, who was next to me, also shouted for me to follow. Mew next to me also shouted after, or whatever.
誰か出てきなさいよ！
Alrighty, someone please come out.
ここは警察でしょ！
This is the police.
困ってる市民を見捨てるつもりなの？
Are you planning to abandon citizens in trouble? No reply. There was not a single sound. Our voices left a lingering sound and eventually disappeared into the silence. If this happens, I guess I have no choice but to make a random phone call. That's what I thought. Okay. Branches into these. So that branches into other two choices. In which I can now pick the cell phone choice. They wonder why I didn't notice it until now. Completely forgotten about the existence of cell phones. Now I want to see if I'm gonna span through this and see if it's the same.
何やってるの？何が？落としたんじゃない？高かったの？
Okay. So it seems the same so far. Again, this happens if you pick like the whole landline phone thing. It's just that it's later. I forgot how late in the game it appears.
取りに戻る。もう手元にない。解約しちゃっ。平成6。
Okay.
で、
Okay, so that's how I'm going to pass off on that one. Now I'm going to put the third skip mode on just because. And see what that does. Okay. So let's save. Slot number 4. So what's the choice I already made? Did not say anything back. Maybe Otamachi is right. If I hadn't gone there, Chisato might not have been shot. I was filled with remorse. Okay, let's see what the other one is. Different. I denied it in my heart. When Chisato and the boy from Reebok were fighting, my presence was almost non-existent. I don't think the outcome would have changed whether I was there or not. However, in a different sense, I felt responsible. I couldn't do anything at that time. All I could do was watch silently as Chisato was shot. I felt so frustrated and regretful about that.
しかも、お前は犯人を捕まえることができなかった。
Okay. So top is denial, but other responsible, which is more correct, right? And the bottom one is accept it, accept criticism. So I'm gonna pick the top one just cause I feel like it. Okay. 5. So we have... Hey, why is there no one at the police station? No, it's not just here. There is no one in the nearby shopping district. Do you know the reason? When I asked Mina, she looked slightly
というこ
surprised.
とは、あなたたちも知らないんですね。
So you guys don't know either.
一体何が起こったのか。
Okay, so top one is why are there no people? Oh, I don't know. I just don't know what happened.
マイナさんも
Mina-san also?
気がついたらこんなことに。
Yeah, when I realized this happened. What do you mean is by when you realized?
2日前、18日の朝のことです。
Okay, 2 days ago on the morning of the
自宅で
18th,
目を覚まして表に出ると誰もいなくて、
I woke up at home and when I went out to the store there was no one there.
近所のパン屋さん、ラーメン屋さん、スーパー、コンビニ、病院、図書館。
Okay, all these places, the bakery, the ramen shop, the supermarket, the convenience store, the hospital, and the library.
どこにも人の姿が見当たらなくて。
I could not find anyone anywhere. Nowhere?
はい、どこにも。
Yes, nowhere. Strange, that's weird. There were people there on the 18th and 19th. The 18th was Friday and we had classes at school and the 19th was a day off, but I spent the whole day playing with friends. Yeah, now we know that people are getting switched over from one world to the other at different times. Right, so that's why she says the 18th there is no one, and you're saying they're both parallel. It's not like one is way later in time than the other, like Mina was suspecting. They're both the same dates, they're both in parallel, and just some people are getting jumped over at different times. So some people, if you get jumped over later, you're going to experience people during dates where the person who jumped over earlier is not going to experience people. It's simple as that. Same thing happened today, Sunday the 20th in the morning. On the road to the abandoned hotel, I saw people. The train was also running, that's why I got stuck at the railroad crossing. Despite what Mina says, there hasn't been anyone there since the morning of the 18th. What does that mean?
もちろん、できる限りのことはやってみました。
Of course, I tried
だ
everything
け
I
ど
could,
何をしても結局無駄で、
but no matter what, it's all in
それ
vain.
で藁をもすがる思いとでも言うのでしょうか。
So are you saying you were desperate for something?
私、この警察署で待つことにしたんです。
I decided to wait at this police
ここで
station.
待っていればきっと誰かが助けに来てくれる、そう思ったから。
If I wait here, someone will definitely come to help me, that's what I thought.
正解だったね。
That was the correct answer.
ここで待ってたからこそ私たちに会えた。そうでしょ？
You're able to meet us because you're waiting here, isn't that so?
ええ、そうですね。
Yes, that's right.
本当に助かりました。ありがとうございます。
That was really helpful, thank you.
別にお礼なんて言わなくてもいいけど、
You don't have to say thank you, but
何かしてあげたってわけでもないし。
it's not like I did anything for you. Mio and Mine are smiling at each other. I couldn't even smile fondly and kept thinking to myself, what on earth happened? Why is there no one there? Hey Mina, can I call you Mina?
ええ、なんでしょう。
Yeah, what is it? You just said I tried everything I could, right?
はい。
Yes. Then please tell me. So, save this one. Okay, now let's load this one. Did I just mess up? Oh, I overwrote my 5th save. Oh, shucks. Okay. Let's load the 4th one. So I pick the top choice here, right? Okay. Save this in slot 5. Yes. Okay. Let's stick with the bottom choice is. By the way, why'd you come to the police station? Okay. Okay, so she's eventually gonna answer this, right? But I guess more to the point.
どうしてって、
Why?
助けに来てくれたんじゃないんですか？
You didn't come to help me, did you? I turned to Mew. Mew also looked at me and frowned in confusion.
そうですか。
I see. Maya looked
という
disappointed.
ことは、あなたたちも知らないんですね。
So you guys don't know either.
一体何が起こったのか。
What on earth happened? Oh, I don't know. I just don't know what happened.
マイナさんも？
Mina-san also?
ええ、気がついたらこんなことに。
When I realized this happened. What do you mean by if you noticed? Okay, so this
2日
is...
前、18日の朝のことです。
So I'm going to pick the top one, which is actually shorter but better, because Mina doesn't get like disappointed or is like afterwards or whatever. I don't know. Load this. Yeah, why are there no people? Okay, then we gotta go to here. Now this one's interesting because it shows like all 4, which means I think you end up going through all 4 at the end. Okay, they call them lifelines, they're still alive. So electric, gas, water, lifelines are still alive, right? And then, yeah, these are all... these are all... so 6... train, lifelines, which we call utilities, phone, it's running. What about the bus? Cars, let on bus. The roads are empty right now. I think if I didn't see any cars running on the roads where they are. Let's go with the radio and TV. And this one doesn't matter because you're going to go through all of them anyway. So we don't care about number 6. Okay. Okay, number 7. Save it. In 7. Okay, so what did I pick the first time? Narumi-senpai, this will probably be my last request. Okay, so read the email. Thank you so much for everything. I believe that we'll meet again someday. Of course, he was always concerned about Makoto. However, when I called, I couldn't get... I was always concerned about Makoto. However, when I called, I couldn't get through. And when I sent an email, there was no response. The cell phone was probably turned off, and even using its built-in GPS function, it was not possible to pinpoint its current location. Apparently, several public security personnel went to the house. However, it is an empty shell. They couldn't find anything like a note. Also, if I could find out the base station that sent me the email, I would be able to narrow down the search area to some extent. In any case, there are no clues so far, and her whereabouts are unknown. Makoto's footsteps remain elusive.
それにしても気になるな。
Otomachi says, still I'm concerned. What?
はめてるやつだよ。
That's the one wearing it. Otomachi pointed to the operating room and said, apparently it's nothing to do with Makoto. The reason why they were brought up the topic so quickly is probably because Otomachi was worried about Makoto. He dares not to mention that, the worst possibility either.
聞いてるのか?
Hey, are you listening? I changed my mind. I follow the direction Otomachi is pointing his eyes. The one who wears it. Okay, so... So the top one is something to do with worrying about Makoto. Makoto. Let's see what the bottom choice is. Regarding Makoto, I tried everything I could. Still, the whereabouts are unknown. I have no clue about this. There's nothing I could do. What can I do? I dare not to think about Makoto.
それにしても気になるな。
Okay, so on this one, don't think about it. Okay, so we definitely want to pick, pretty much on every run, the upper of the two choices on 7. Okay, it's like obviously the better choice. Okay. Read the message. Say, okay, so this is, I believe 8 is going to be know what RSDs are or not know. And I'm going to pick what I picked the first time, which is yes, I know what an RSD is. But I'm going to put a save on every choice right at the moment, so I'm going to put a save for it as well. Just so it tells me the choice density, but... So I'm probably never going to ever pick the second option on this. Okay, so 9 is in the flashback. Okay, just writing things down. Put a save here. Under number 9. Okay, so what's the top one? Don't disturb me. Okay. That's not nice. Let's pick a different choice. Who are you? I like that one better. Let's see what the third one is, though. How old are you? Why don't you touch she responds to this? She squealed the brake, stopped the bike, and said without looking back,
7歳。
7 years old. You are the same as me. But do you still ride a bicycle with training wheels?
うるさいな。しょうがないでしょ。
It's noisy, it can't be
今
helped.
日初めて乗ったんだから。
Oh, you're noisy, it can't be helped. I rode it for the first time today. Seriously? Yeah. I pinched my left earlobe with the fingertips of my right hand. While fiddling with the ball with the sole of my foot, I announced, Shall I teach you how to ride a bicycle?
うん、いい。
Okay. She answered immediately and continued like
どうせ
this.
そんなこと言いながら、私の体にベタベタと触るつもりなんでしょ。
You're planning on touching my body while saying things like that, right? He's a 7-year-old.
私、触れられたくないの。誰にも。
I don't want anyone to touch me. Huh? What is this person? Someone was so kind and said it to me. I wanted to vent my anger, but before that, she started cycling again and heading away from me. Strange person. I grumbled and resumed hitting the wall. 1 shot. 2 shot. Okay. Let's see what Who Are You does. How old are you? I mean, who are you is the nicest thing to write, to ask, I would think. Who are you? She squeezed the brake, stopped the bike, and said without looking
12
back,
番目のギリシャ文字。
the 12th Greek letter. Huh?
知ってるわけないか。
There's no way you know.
頭悪そうだもんね、君。
You seem stupid, don't you? Annoying. What is this person? I wanted to vent my anger before that. He started cycling again and headed away from me. Strange. I grumbled and resumed hitting the wall. Kick the ball against the block wall and it bounces back and kick it again. Repetition kept going. However, the 12th one did not return to my feet. Okay. This goes in front of the wheel of a bicycle. She came again. But it's weird. The sound of the training wheels, I couldn't hear it. Well, okay. What, did you
別
come
に
back?
ただ、なんとなく。
Not at all, but somehow.
なんでサッカーなんかしてるの？
Hey, why are you playing soccer? It's because I like it. Is that bad?
下手くそなのに好きなんだ。変わってるね。
Okay, I'm going to pick How old are you? And that might be a mistake. But whatever. Okay. There we go. She comes back.
"別にね
You like me even though I'm bad at it? Or you like it even though you're bad at it? That's strange. I. Okay. So 10. What's the top one? I said, annoyed. I was even selected to represent Japan's junior youth team. Of course, that was a lie. Okay, so a lie. The reason I said that might be because the influence of April Fool's Day 2 days ago still lingered.
すごいね。
Wow, that's amazing. Her eyes, as she looked at me, were as narrow as a thread. You don't believe me, it's true.
はいはい。
Yes, yes. I know Tortise
そう
after all.
なんだ。
I see. And then, I'm also going to be the escort kids for the World Cup.
ああ、血を吸われちゃう方か。
I guess my blood will be sucked. It's not even a mosquito, it's an escort kid. He's the one who holds hands with the players and enters the venue
へ
together.
え。
I guess there's some sort of Japanese pun with it sounds like mosquito. The World Cup was to be held that year, hosted by Japan and South Korea. Needless to say, it's the World Cup of soccer.
そんなことよりも
Hey, more than that. He said, pointing at my
鼻
face.
血出てるよ。
Your nose is bleeding. Huh? I wiped under my nose to make sure. When I looked at my index finger, I saw that it's black and was dyed bright
わか
red.
った。
It's back
そ
with
れっ
everyone.
て癖でしょ。
I get it. Isn't that a
嘘
habit?
をつくと鼻血が出ちゃう子なんだ、君は。
You're the kind of guy whose nose bleeds when you lie. That's different. As soon as I raised my voice, more blood poured out of my nose. When she saw that, she laughed like the May sun, and...
そうだ。
Oh, that's right. She seemed to have thought of something and suddenly did something like
やっ
this.
ぱり教えてくれない？
Will you tell me after all? I asked back while scrubbing the air under my nose. What?
自転車の乗り方。
How to ride a bicycle?
この補助輪外したいの。
I want to remove these training wheels. Okay, let's load the other choice, which I picked the first time. Still, I acted calm. Well, it might not be as good as an upperclassman, but... Okay, so act calm is the bottom choice. I'm gonna pick the bottom choice. Okay. And then skip. Because I've already read this. Oh, but then he lies about already dating a girl. Okay. Okay. Drop a save here. What's the top one? First of all, retrograde amnesia is a memory disorder in which you're unable to reminisce or remember things that happened before a certain point in time. Okay, so the top one is explain. What's the bottom one? I signal to Otamachi with my eyes. Otamachi nodded
とに
silently.
かくこういうことだ。
Otamachi explain. Okay, I'm gonna pick I explain, of course. So I'm going to reload it and pick the top choice. 12. What's the top choice? Why is there no one here? Okay. What's the bottom choice? Why is there no one? Okay. Scream. Bottom choice, more calm, which is what I'll go with. I spilled it. What on earth? What could have happened to something like this? Even that whisper-like voice echoed vividly in this silence. After all, I could hear the sound of cars, trains, or even the wind. The city was silent, as if it had fallen into an eternal sleep.
レンマル、これで18回目だよ。同じこと言うの。
Renmaru, this is the 18th time you said the same thing. Mew tells me with a listless
いい
expression.
加減、耳にタコができそう。
I'm afraid I will get calluses on my ears. I see. Then let's cut it up and eat it by frying it with flour mixed with kobudashi. Eat your calluses? I'm sure it's delicious, right?
そっちのタコかよ。
Is that an octopus over there? I guess the word for callus in Japanese sounds like the word for octopus, which is taco. Until we know the cause.
特大のたこ焼きになりそうだね。
I'm sorry, but I keep saying this over and over again until you know the cause. It looks like it's going to be an extra large takoyaki. Oh, I'll make you a Crocken class one for your ears.
フランケン？
Franken? It's not an android.
ああ、胸に S のマークがある。
Oh, there's an S mark on the chest. Mew lifts her head. Mine said to
クラ
compensate.
ーケンとは北欧神話に登場する海の怪物のことですよ。
Kraken. Okay. Save at 13. What's the top one? I don't know either. My and Mew's heads were tilted at a 45-degree angle as if they were being pulled
お
together.
話ししましょう。こんな事件です。
Let's talk about this incident. Okay. What is... Assert some theory. But I knew, I explained it to Mew. Let me tell you about this incident. On December 4th, 1872... Okay, so... No... Don't know... The incident of the Dei Gracia. Okay, let's continue. Next choice. So what's the top thing? Otamachi, aren't you stupid? I say it with all my might. Otamachi, who was attacked by surprise, was stunned.
Huh?
Huh? It's not huh. You've been saying things like I'm crazy and troublesome all the time, but that doesn't make you any weaker, does it? You can easily look up this boy's
どう
name.
やって
How? You really... I can't continue the second phrase. Even though I'm really tired of Otamachi's stupidity. His clothes. I point to the boy and continue. He's wearing a uniform right from Rebrock. Okay. Let's see what the other one is. Hey, do you have anything? Your wallet, your cell phone, whatever? I asked the
持ってる
boy.
もの
What
です
do I
か？
have? The boy rummaged through his pockets. There are no pockets on the shirt, it's the pants. First of all, there doesn't seem to be anything in them. Continue behind. The hand inserted stopped immediately. Ah. He groans and pulls out his hand. His fingertips he's holding a single card. Credit card, I
何か
wonder?
書いてありますね。
There's something written here. The boy looked at the card intently and read out the words engraved in it. Omega.
エノセ。
Enos. At that moment I gasped.
マジかよ
Are you serious? Okay, so top one is get mad at Otamachi. Bottom one, which is the correct one, is search this person. Okay.
"何か
So we're talking about what's going on in the sky, right? So there's no birds, there's no helicopters, and what's the top one? Well, we gotta save before I do anything. Also, I need to use another piece of scratch paper for notes. Let's check my scratch. This is all double-sided. Here's something single-sided. Why did I... Oh, I see what this is. Okay. Cool. Like, what is this piece of scratch paper from? Oh, I see. Did I finish doing my save? It was save number 15, right? No, I did not. Okay, yes, save it. So number 15. So top choice is there are no clouds, it's sunny. It was raining so hard until noon.
ああ、なるほど、そうですね。
I see, that's right.
確かにそれも関係ないこともないのですが。
Certainly that's not unrelated, but...
けれど、今私が言おうとしていたのは、それとは別のことで。
But what I was about to say was something different. Something else? I looked up at the sky. There weren't any clouds, but I felt like the blue wasn't quite strong enough to be called a clear sky. Other than that, nothing special has changed. That was when Mew said
もし
suddenly,
かして鳥のこと？
maybe it's about the bird? Birds.
だっていないじゃん。
Yeah, because they're not
カ
there.
ラスもスズメも鳩も。
Crows, sparrows, pigeons. I looked around in shock. It was certainly as Mew said. Not a single sparrow that could normally be chirping on the power lines, or a single crow that would be scavenging for leftover food in the garbage dump in the back alley.
それから多分昆虫もだと思う。
And probably insects too.
ハエでも蚊でも何でもいいけど。
I don't care if it's a fly or a mosquito,
レンナ
but
ルは見かけた？ 一匹でもいいから虫の姿を。
Did you see her in Mario? I don't care if it's just one insect, but it looks like an insect. I shake my head helplessly. What do you mean?
また言ったね。
You said it again. This is so cool that I can't help but say it. Humans aren't the only things that disappeared. I can't believe the other animals will disappear. That's something. Is it
あ
impossible?
り
Is
え
it
ないと思
possible?
います。現実的に考えれば。
I don't think it's possible if you think about it realistically. But we observe it though. Minus calm voice rang
あ
out.
なたたちと出会うまでの間に、私もいろいろと考えてみたのです。
Before I met you guys, I thought about a lot of things
一
too.
体何が起こったのか。
What happened?
ウイルスの蔓延、放射能の漏洩、中性子爆弾の炸裂、大地震の発生、巨大隕石の落下。
Okay, so back to the same stuff. So the correct answer is birds then. So I picked birds. There are a lot of birds, right? Birds? Oh, there aren't any, right? Crows, sparrows, pigeons? You looked around.
本当だ。
It's true. Okay. So that's what I picked the first time, so let's get through it. Oh, okay. So 15 was... The top one was no clouds, no birds, or no birds is correct. And the third one is, I think it was no helicopters, from what I could barely read about it. Okay, number 16. This is so frustrating how I haven't found the skip until unread option yet. Like, if I put F2, it'll bring up a set of controls that resemble the controls on the, like, a PlayStation or something. And the controls that you have are composed of enter, escape, backspace, the right control, tab, left control, F1, space, numpad minus, and then the arrow keys. And then you have like a numpad version of that that's corresponding, and then M, N, J, H, O, P, and WASD that's corresponding to that. So those are the only things that you could use. And I went through those, and everything else is a mapping, right? Except L, O, and P. Those are two buttons that are only O and P no matter what. And none of them were the type of skip that I want. Anyway. Seems like he's forgotten everything, so let's save this. So what was the first choice here? Just to be sure, I looked at the computer screen again. However, I didn't write anything else that might be a clue. Or it didn't. In summary, the contents contained therein are as follows. Okay, I already read this one, of course, on the previous, my previous run, so we're not going to read through the whole thing. Before I knew it, my left hand had slipped inside my shirt. With a huff, I pulled my hand out and recrossed my
とにかくこれ
arms.
で少年の身元は割れたことになる。
Anyway, the boy's identity has been
名
destroyed.
前はオメガ。千里の弟。
Okay, so definitely check the data again. On top, and then on bottom we have reach inside shirt. And we're obviously going to pick what I picked last time. Wait, did I do a save instead of a load? Oh, crud. Okay. Now I have to load number 15. Yes. Pick birds. No, O and P aren't doing it.
鳥
Troll's just doing a manual skip. Okay, resave this. Under 16. And then check what time is it. Okay, we're only at 13 hours. Things don't branch until you get to 16 hours. Anyway, save. In 16. Okay, pick the top option. What's the top thing? I think you should tell me. If Omega really we should tell him, okay? Yeah, so I would pick this one again. Yes. Okay. So 18 is, what's the top thing? I wasn't completely convinced, but let's step back for now. Okay, keep going. I urged her to move on.
とにかくこれが一つ目の理由です。
Okay. What's the other choice? It's a theory, but it's just an urban legend, right? Isn't that the same story as the Kraken? It's said in a slightly harsher tone. Okay, yeah, don't do that. Don't harsh the girls. So 17 was tell Omega, and then don't tell Omega. As move conversation on, or stop and be harsh. And this is about the specifically about the De Rossier thing. Okay. Okay. I just remembered how much of a slog this part of the game is when you play it in real time. You're reading it, it's like it's just hours of no plot progressing. Okay. So the top one is wait for him to finish reading it. Okay, what's the bottom one? Snatch the email out of his hands, right? I replayed the contents of the email in my head. Okay. Replay contents in my head. That sounds like the better answer, the second one, so that's what I'm going to go with, actually. XXX level 6. Narumi Senpai, this will probably be my last request. Now, a girl's life is about to be taken away. The girl's name is Miu. The time of the murder is probably noon. Location is the top floor of Integral. Senpai, please, please protect her, Miu. I must never lose her no matter what. In order to thwart that plan, the Second Eclipse Project, her presence is absolutely necessary. If we lose her, their plan will be carried out according to their wishes and the world will be destroyed. No, or maybe it's the other way around. The world where time has passed away may be about to begin. Everything XXX level 6, everything written here is true. If you still don't believe me, check out the bathroom, the answer lies there. And one more thing, I think there's a boy named Renmaru at the scene. He is on my side, I'm sure he'll be a source of strength for you, Senpai. Thank you so much, Narumi Senpai. I believe that we will meet again someday, Makoto. Eventually, Otomachi looked up and spoke in a confident voice. I got it. What did you find out? I leaned forward. Then Otomachi... I realized that even if I read this email, I wouldn't understand anything. Huh? I took a deep breath and relaxed myself against the back of the chair. What is the Second Eclipse Project? Come on. Why not number 1, but number 2? I don't know. The plan is according to their wishes. Who are they? I don't understand that either. The only thing I can say is that Kiridera is one of those them. When I asked him about the plan, he answered like this. It's not starting, it's over. History. History is coming to an end. Similar things are written in the email as well. The world where time has ended begins. That's right. Do you have any idea? I closed my eyes and shook my head. Let's see. Oh, immediately hit another choice. 20. And twice, there's no doubt something serious is about to happen. Okay, so let's save. Number 20. What's the top choice? Oh, that's frustrating. Why do you keep saying things that even a child can understand? Okay. What about Otomachi? Have you heard anything from Makoto?
Yeah?
No, nothing. Okay, so for the top one is insult Otomachi. Bottom one is ask Otomachi if he heard from Makoto. And the better one, the bottom one is the better answer. This kind of thing is not particularly unusual among Section 12. All the missions assigned to each agent are protected as government secrets. That's why we don't pry into each other's work and we try not to get involved in the first place. Otomachi and Makoto were the exceptions to me, and I barely spoke to the other agents. Section 12 is an organization where horizontal connections have been completely severed. The only point of contact is the boss who ties them all together. Hey, haven't you heard anything from the boss about Makoto's mission? Absolutely. Needless to say, it was the boss who gave Makoto the mission. If it's the boss, he might know something about the Second Eclipse Project. Otomachi, can you give me back my phone? Are you planning on asking the boss? Yes. I tried to snatch the cell phone from Otomachi's hand. How Otomachi avoids
待て
that.
よ。話はまだ終わってない。
Wait, the story isn't over yet.
大事なことが残ってる。
I have something important left to do. What?
俺はボスから今回の件について、ナルミと共同で捜査を行うよう指示を受けてる。
I have received instructions from my boss to jointly investigate this matter with
い
Narumi.
わば、俺たちはパートナ
So to speak, we are
ー。い
partners.
つものようにそれぞれが勝手な行動を取るわけにはいかないんだ。
We can't let everyone do their own thing like usual. So,
意思の疎通を図りたいんだよ。
I want to communicate.
今ここでそれをしておけば、後々面倒な話をしなくて済む。
If you do it now, you won't have any trouble talking about it later.
タコとミコと伝えるだけで、相手が勝手に動いてくれる。
Just say a few words and the other person will move on their
その方
own.
が早いし、楽だろ。
It's faster and easier, right? I changed my legs. I place my palm on the table and tap it with my fingertips. I understand, but I'll keep it
助
short.
かるよ。
I'll help you. Otomachi flashed the calm smile of a 32-year-old. Okay. Lee, yeah, I just say you did. Don't change that. Oh. Whoops, I gotta put a save for it. Okay. Forgot my protocol. Okay, I made it to 14. Made it 2 hours. You need to make it 2 more hours before ranching happens. Okay. Save. And then just agree. Agree the time is indeed passing faster. Okay. Is that his plan? So Otomachi details out his plan. Let's see here. Save it. Disagree on time going faster. Okay, 22. Otomachi's plan. So what's this? I nodded. Okay, what's the other option? There's one more thing. The reason why we have to address Kiradera. Arrest Kiradera. What? Otomachi doesn't believe me at all about his special abilities. If we catch him, we can ask him about that too. When I told him that, Otomachi looked blatantly disgusted.
やめよ。その話は水かけ論になるだけだ。
Okay, so let's load. Let's not discuss Otomachi. I nodded.
さて、最優先事項が決まったところで、次はその方法についてだ。
Now that the top priority has been determined, the next step is how to get there.
どうやってキリデラを捕まえるか。
How to capture Kiradera. We need to find out where he is quickly.
本部の方でも行方を追ってるが、あいつらは当てにならないしな。
We're looking for them for him at the headquarters, but we can't rely on them. Yes, that's right. I smiled bitterly. Let's start by gathering information. It's a case with a lot of mysteries, but there are a lot of people who can provide
例え
clues.
ば、
For example, Agree. Then also Kiradera's special abilities. And 23. Where to find information. So we have Rebrock, we have Mew, we have Chisato, and we have this. So let's see if we can save. Okay. The answer is obviously Rebrock, but I'm gonna see what this is. Makoto. Oh, okay. And that's where she's gonna go next. The reason why I got involved in the incident in the first place. So Mew, Chisato, Rebrock, Makoto are the 4 choices. The reason why I got involved in this incident in the first place is because I received an email from Makoto. Makoto should know everything about the whole incident. About Kiradera and the Second Eclipse Project. And I hesitate. The text of the email crosses my mind. Narumi-senpai, this will probably be my last request. Thank you so much for everything. I believe that we'll meet again someday. I casually look out the window. What spread out there was a landscape mixed with rough noise. The colors were washed away by the large drops of rain, and everything I saw exposed bare skin. Walking from one end of the subway platform to the other, we can't. Okay. So I'm gonna deal with the Makoto, because that's why I know that's where she goes, so Makoto's gotta be the right answer. So I'm gonna make sure this is the one where we really just turned off Mew, didn't we? So let me pick this option and see how bad it is. Were you looking forward to it? Well, I'm about to die. Why? Why, Rinmaru? Don't you remember? Mew's hand stops. What? When I asked again, Mew looked at me as if looking at the end of the world. Good, I don't know anymore. For some reason, it seemed like the distance between me and Mew was widening. I don't really understand what you're angry about, but anyway. The solar eclipse hasn't ended yet, has it? We still don't know if we're in the future or not. When I said that, Mew's expression softened somewhat. Then let's check it out. Okay, let's try to pick the other one, because it seems like the text suggests there's a high penalty for picking the second choice. So 24, it's are you scared? Or are you looking forward to it? Is it itchy? Some of it's itchy, but not like that. You're so disappointed or disappointing. Why? I've been looking forward to it, so it's already been decided. Why? Why, Rinmaru? Don't you remember? Oh, I guess this one doesn't matter. What? Okay, so I guess you can't really avoid this then. Okay, that sucks. So you picked the bottom choice, actually. I thought like if I picked the other choice I would avoid that, but I guess that's not true. Okay, so 25. We have the window at the bottom. I can read that. I know how to read that much Japanese. We have the newspaper in the middle. And the top, I forget, so I'll pick the top. I think this one you have to go through all three no matter what.
気象庁予報部発表の5月21日月曜日午後2時現在の気象情報をお知らせします。
Okay, so weather
現在
forecast.
首都圏全域に気象に関する注意報警報は出ていません。
This one is they have to do all three anyway. So it doesn't matter which ones you pick.
基地局って電波の基地局のことか。
Wait a second. Maybe you only get two tries at it. Wait a second. No, because I skipped. Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah, it's fine. Okay. Never mind.
一体どうやって探す？
They unpack the revelation thing. So we have that Rebrock man and this. Okay. Let's see what the top option is. Who is that?
あのリブロクの男、キツネ目の。
Okay. So this one's pretty obvious that it's you choose that Rebrock man. So 26 is who is it? The bottom is the Rebrock guy. The guy from Rebrock?
そう。
Yes. Okay. $27. Let's see, where are we? We're at 14 hours. Okay, so 3 hours gone, 2 hours to go, I think. Till we get to the branch point. So it's this. Is time flowing here now?
それはここが未来の世界だからですよ。
That's because this is the future world. I don't understand what that means. If the world's time stopped, then there would be no future beyond that, right?
果たしてそうでしょうか。
Is that really the case? Okay, let's see what the other choice is. Can't you see a stationary human figure? If the world's time stopped right there at the scramble intersection, you would be able to see a human figure frozen like a stone statue, right?
確かに SF 映画なんかではそんな風に表現されるでしょうね。
Certainly, it would be expressed like that in science fiction
しか
movies.
し実際にはそのようには見えないと思います。
But in reality, I don't think it looks like that. Why? So, So this is time flowing is the top answer. The bottom answer is would there be statues? I don't think this one matters. So I'm just going to let the second answer flow. You know, future beyond that, right?
光にも速度があるからですよ。
Anyway, this is why they're not statues. Light also has
時
speed.
が止まった世界では当然のごとく光も止まります。
In a world where time has stopped, light also naturally stops.
ですから見るという行為そのものが発生し得ないのです。
Therefore, the act of looking itself cannot occur. Hey, wait a minute. But I'm looking at mine right now. Look at this brat wearing a hodgepodge.
誰がアホ面だって？
Who's the brat?
まあまあみやちゃん抑えて。
Who's the fool? They're all translating. Okay. And Maya says, Now, Mew-chan, hold it in.
後でちまきにして川に放り込んでやる。
I'll turn it into a pulp later and throw him into the
それ
river.
を言うならスマキだと思いますが。
If we recall it that, I think it would be Samimaki.
まあいいでしょう。
Well, it's
とにか
fine.
く今私たちがお互いの姿を見られるのはここには時間が流れているからですよ。
Okay, so it looks like I would rather pick the choice. Time is flowing here now, because that's where you eventually get to, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, what are these choices? Is if there was somebody who stole the email and read it, who would it be? On one's mind, but for now I'm more concerned about the text of the email. Zeto
そ
Tamaki
れにして
said,
も誠のやつ一体何を考えてるんだ？
okay. It's the top thing. I thought, why didn't I notice the old email? The first line, latest email of the incoming mailbox says this. Oh, one Makoto Yukizumi. The email that started with LX level 6 was that one. There's nothing noteworthy about the 2nd to 9th cases. All the emails were administrative and had nothing to do with the case. But I should mention the time I read them. 729. I read a total of 8 emails from 2nd to 9 at the same time. 2nd to the 9th at the same time. For some reason, because I had woken up a few minutes earlier, I woke up and read the 8 emails that had been sent to me while I was asleep. That is 729. When I finished reading it, there were no more unopened emails. Also, only 8 emails can be displayed on the mailbox screen at a time. That's why I didn't notice it. Right below was opened emails. Now the problem lies before that. Who actually opened the email in the first place? The email from Makoto was sent at 3:21. It sounds boring, but it's not me. I was asleep at that time, in bed at home. Next door was Otamachi. Yes, Otamachi and I spent the night together. Why did that happen? I'll leave the reason aside for the moment. In any case, if there is someone who had stolen the email and read it, I couldn't think of anyone other than Otamachi. I stared at Otamachi. As if searching the depths of those eyes, squinting my eyes.
何か言いたそうだな。
What? It seems like you want to say something. It's nothing. let's stop it. I can snoop on him later. Right now, I'd rather think about the content of the email than that. Okay, I'm gonna keep going off of that, but that's kind of weird. So the top one is, well, I don't know which order those were in. So it's basically like, why was it not read? And then the content. Figure out extra lore just then. Okay, so they were in the same room the night before for some reason that, according to Narumi, let's see here. Why did that happen? I'll leave the reason aside for the moment. Is what she said.
それ
Okay.
にしても誠のやつ、一体何を考えてるんだ？
Anyway, what on earth is Makoto thinking?
そのメールで何を伝えようと？
Whatever you want to convey in that email. Let's continue. Okay, so then 29 is decipher the code. Yes or no, and I'm going to say yes I can. I'm going to put a save, but it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to pick yes. And then and 30 is list of code solutions. And you pick revelation. Okay, I already picked both of these before. That's interesting. Do you know Kiradera?
ないよ。あるわけないじゃん。
Okay, there's no way. Does that mean you met for the first time at the abandoned hotel in
多
Hero?
分ね。
Maybe.
向
Maybe.
こうは私のこと知ってたみたいだから。
It seems like he knew about me. What were you two talking about before I
協力してほしいって頼まれたの。
I was asked to cooperate. Are you planning to carry out the plan?
それもあったのかもしれないけど。
Maybe that's what happened. But
キリデラは組織にって言ってた。
Kiradera said in the organization. Organization, you mean the side criminals?
そうじゃないみたい。
No, I don't think so.
サイクリミナルの上にもっと大きな組織が存在してるみたいなの。
Okay. Let's see what the other choice is. What do you know about Kiradera?
リブロクの生徒、サイの使い手、サイクリミナルのリーダー。
The top one is, do you know Kiradera? And the bottom one is a more general, what do you know about Kiradera? I'm gonna go with the bottom one. I think that's what I did last time, is I went with the bottom one. Okay. So we're in here. So 32. I'm going to say, I see a bathtub, I see blood in the bathtub, I see a woman. We're going to pick something else about the bathtub. Last thing is woman. Of course I'm going to pick the woman. Seems like, are you sure? You don't know who sent the email. And the answer is, truthfully, you didn't. That's why I picked yes. So I sent the email. Yes. No. Recognize. And we're going to pick no again. Okay, so 34 is then who sent the email. Save it. Okay, let's see what's the top option here. Kiridera.
そんなバカな。
That's stupid. Oh, I think so. I think so too. But he was the only one who knew the time and place of the crime in advance. It's circumstantial evidence, so to speak.
でも動機は何のためにそんなことを？
But what's his motive? Why did he do that? I don't know about that.
メー
He
ルを送っ
apparently
て
doesn't
きた
even
の
know
は
you.
私たちの敵？
Is the person who sent us the email our enemy? No, he's probably an ally. They're probably an ally. He said something like, I want you to help Mew.
ねえ、だったらさ、
Hey, if that's the case,
リブロクの女の子の方が可能性が高いんじゃないの？
isn't the girl from Rebrock more likely?
名前は確か
I'm sure the name is,
千里だったっけ？
Chisato.
前の私とは違う。
甘く見てんのはお前の方だろ、千里。
I'm different from the person I was before. Could you please not look too closely? You're the one who's looking too closely, Chisato. Kiradera actually called her
彼
that.
女、キリデラと戦ってたでしょ？
She was fighting Kiradera, right?
多分、助けに来てくれたんだと思うの。私を。
I think she probably came to help me. Did you help Mew?
そう。
Yeah, right. Suddenly Mew's legs stopped working. So I too stopped. What happened? When I asked, there was no reply. Mew hung her head deeply and cast her vague gaze down at her feet.
だからきっと、私のせいなんだよ。
So I guess it's my fault.
千里が、撃たれたのは。
Chisato was shot. A hoarse voice spills from parched lips.
私の身代わりになって、千里は。
In my place,
千
Chisato.
里は。
Chisato? I stared into Mew's eyes. Tears were overflowing in her eyes. Okay, so I think this happens regardless. So let me go back and choose the correct answer. Which is... I believe Chisato. The blue-haired girl. Right, so it's Kiridera is the top option. There's also Mew. There's Mina, I think, and then there's Chisato. The blue-haired
そ
girl.
れってリブロクの制服を着てた？
Was she wearing a Reebok uniform?
名前
Yes.
は確か
Yeah. And that goes. Okay. So 35. This is Narumi's flashback. And it's the table on the table in front of me, so let's save this. I wouldn't think this would matter for routing, but... So we have... There's a hot steak. Chunks of meat which have been delivered. We're making a sizzling... Okay. Well, let's see what the other things are. So a table in front of me... Put steak. It's a cutting board and a Yamnagiba knife. Lying on the cutting board was a successful fish called Turyokoma. Oh, that's disgusting. While trying hard to hold back the rush, I use a knife to cut it to pieces. What?
気持ち悪いんだったらやめればいいのに。
Then my friend Miho, who was lying next to me, said, if it doesn't feel good, you should just stop. I like Yokowa, especially Yokowa eaten by the
変わ
pool.
ってるっていうか奇特だよねその趣味。
Okay. It's unusual or rather unique hobby, isn't it? Really?
第一、どっから持ってきたのよその魚。
Daiichi, where'd you get that fish? This morning, before coming here, I stopped by the fish
そ
market.
こまでするか？
Are you going to go that far? I have an urge that I can't control. Maybe it's what my DNA wants.
DHA を？
DHA? Haha. You say something nice? Miho grinned with a smile on her face. It was shortly after that that a disturbing noise reached my ears.
ねえ、見てよあれ。
Okay. So, steak, fish. I don't know what the third one is, but this probably doesn't matter for the plot, so I decided not to pick the steak. I decided to pick the fish. This time. Because apparently it's gross. Okay, 36. This is a Renmaru flashback. And I'm going to rush in like I did last time. I'm going to save, though. Well, I'm going to actually do enough. I just, for curiosity, I'm going to pick the other one and see if it's... Don't rush in. At that moment, something inside me burst open. It's so bad. Laying out a loud voice like a frenzy. I kick the ground and run towards them. I clench my fist tightly. I raise them high. There's only one goal to aim for. The girl who seemed to be the leader. Okay. So the top one is actually yell and attack. Second one. So then, what's the other one? I try to jump towards the four girls. But... Wait, you should take a closer look. Well, what's going on? Mew is being doused with bleach. I still don't know if it's really bleach. Put it in the bottle. Okay, let's not do the weird dowdy stuff. Doubt a bit. Okay, so actually we'll change the top choice this time. Okay. What's the top option? I don't even understand why I did that. Before I knew it, I was hitting the girl who was considered the leader. She stumbled back a few steps and landed on her butt. In Day's face, it seemed like she still didn't understand that she had been hit. The other three people were also stunned. Mew, too. She seemed to forget to cry, forget to pay me, and forgot to breathe. The one who started crying instead was the girl who seemed to be the leader. Okay. This is a bottle. Okay, shot away the bottle. She punched the bottle. As a leader, she was a daze. Okay, that's better. So 37 is hit the girl or hit the bottle. I'm going to pick the bottle, apparently. Okay. So 38, what does on Marie mean? I can actually type it in. Not really. And then so top bottom was not really. But and the top one is I'm curious. About what? What happened? But right now I'm more interested in this. Okay, I'll just do I'm curious. It was Iya. No. Well, he did, so yeah, did you wash them? Yes, no, and he did. You should take credit for it. That's the correct thing to do. Okay, 40 to pick them all anyway. Anyway, investigate the hotel room. I'll put a save on it anyway, though. Okay, let's go down the list. Okay, so 41. Let's figure this out. So I must die, right? It would be the eye of the die, but what's the other one? Cotton salt. What? In other words, this Grim Reaper is not saying look for me, but look for cotton salt. There's no way. What exactly is cotton salt? Is it relative to cotton candy? What's wrong with me? My brain, which is normally clear, isn't working well today, perhaps because I'm tired. I shook my head and thought about it again. Inspiration came to me in an instant. I. The answer is probably I. Okay, let's load the thing that's not cotton salt and choose that instead. I. Oh, here's 16, okay. We probably have one whole hour, though, actually, before differentiation happens. So this is relation. So this is I or cotton salt. And then 42 is relation to psi. Relation between psi and situation. So we have got Dana, which is right, and we have Naze, which is Y. And I would put a save for this, but I would still pick right. This is a bunch of colors. Last time I picked this. This was yellow. Yellow.
好きな天体は
What's your favorite celestial body? Saturn.
じゃあレンマルくんのアドレスは
Okay, 44 is a bunch of celestial bodies, and I gotta go back and make it so. Okay, so this one. Um, 45 is you pick a knife. And this time we do a Yanagiba knife because I changed it. Yes, Makoto's talked about that time. 9 years ago in the summer when I rescued Makoto from the bottom of the pool. At that time, I used a Yanagiba knife to cut Makoto's hair that was tangled in the drain. So the answer is Yanagiba knife. I typed that and hit the enter key. The result was displayed immediately as indication successful 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3? Okay, 46 is pick a star. Star. Type star text box at the enter key. As before, the results were displayed instantly. Identification successful, 2 out of 3. Okay. And 47 is Tadaima. There's a correct answer, period. If you don't get it right, you don't get it right. Man, there's so much stuff. So 48 is rock, paper, scissors. Okay, pick. Goo. Choki. Well, I lost. I'm not gonna say like both individual rock, paper, scissors is. That's just silly. Okay. Now I need to find another piece of scratch paper, because I ran out of scratch paper already. Okay, found another piece of old biology notes. So 49 would be talking to boss. Where to go. Definitely saving this. This is a very important save. Okay, so I really thought I picked this wrong first, so let me put these together. Hotel Rev.
どうしてあそこに
Why are you there? What was reflected in that JPEG image was the view of the Yogi Park taken from the window of room 612 of the Hotel Rev. That's why I chose the Hotel Rev. But of course I didn't tell the boss about that. I forgot something, so I'll just go get it.
そうかまあいい
I see, that's fine.
だがその前に大学病院に寄っていけ
But before that, stop by the university hospital. Why?
大手町が待ってるからだお前を
Otemachi is waiting for you. Otemachi? I wonder if that's where he goes. Okay, so we have Hotel Rev is first. Yoichi Park.
どうしてそんなところに
Why you be in such a place? It was shown for JPEG image of the view of Yogi Park taken from the window. That's why I saw a window to Yogi Park. Of course, didn't tell the boss that. He said he
So
still walk.
だがその前に
Okay. These end up being wrong. Let me try to check the. She doesn't actually go there. Okay, Rebrock. What's this bottom one? University Hospital. Okay. Rebrock. She actually is going to Rebrock afterwards, but anyway, University Hospital. I wanted to go to Yogi Park and Rebrock, but before that I wanted to confirm Makoto's safety with my own eyes. After hearing the answer, the boss said,
そうかならいいんだ
I see, that's fine. Huh?
いや大手町がお前のことを待ってるみたいだったんでな
No, it seems like Otamachi was waiting for
一
you.
応伝えておこうと思って
I thought I'd let you know. Otamachi? Okay, I'll choose that one. Okay, 50. Baseball distance. $18.44. I answered that the cow said.
よく知ってるんだもん。正解なんだもん。
18.44 is correct. Okay. Did I put a save? I forgot if I did.
それでは時速150。
ただしボールのリリースポイントはマウンドよりも前になるため今はええ
Did I not save this? No, I didn't. Okay. We'll leave 50 there just because. I'm not going to bother going back and getting it because that's just lame. 0.42?
おほほガキのくせになかなかやるやないけ坊主。正解だがや。
That's correct, but I did it.
問題はあと2つあるわ。
There are
次
two more questions. Next.
アメリカのメジャーリーグにガブリエル・バルコロフという選手がいます。
Okay, Gabriel Bakalov.
バルコロフの打率は3割5分。
そのバルコロフがピッ
0.3 seconds.
外りでブー
You're a loser, boo.
正解は約 0.2 秒なんだもん。
Okay, so 0.2 seconds. So let's go back. Let's load. $52. Let's pick 0.2 seconds. Maybe about 0.2
すごい
seconds.
ブー
Awesome, boo.
ほぼ正解なんだもん。
That is correct.
まあ正確には 0.18。
Okay, so 0.24, is that right? I think it's 0.24 seconds.
どうやりゃ賢いね。
Yep, okay.
「正解よ」
Okay. Okay, save. So 54, I think it's inquire about. And then it's either Makoto on top or Chisato on bottom. I picked Chisato last time, but I think Makoto is the correct answer. Because that's what you're supposed to do, according to what you told the boss. It's more honest. Makoto.
病室に移されたが、まだ術後の処置中だ。
She was moved to a hospital room, but is still undergoing post-surgery treatment. Can we meet?
会っても無駄じゃねえかな。
I guess it's not a waste of time to meet.
麻酔薬がガンガンに決まっちまってるし。
The anesthetic is perfect. You sicko. Oh, she's high on anesthetics.
あの様子じゃしばらくは起き
Okay,
ん
so
だろ
that's not as... Looking like that, I guess she will wake up for a while. Okay, so it's not as messed up as it sounds when you have an older version of Google Translate. Okay. Is it useless to me? It's like, it's useless because she's on anesthetic. Okay. And not whatever he's saying. Suddenly, Otomachi's arm caught my eye, the back of the elbow. Otomachi was rubbing the sea urchin with his thumb over his jacket. What sea urchin? Otomachi was massaging that area with his thumbs over his jacket. Okay, so not sea urchin, just his elbow. So then he's like, did you give blood, right? By any chance, did you have a blood transfusion? Wait, that's not... Do you perhaps have a blood transfusion?
余ってたからやっただけだ。
Wait, you mean you got an infusion kind of thing? He says, I only did it because I had some left over. Probably not extra money like the Textractor says, just I had some blood left
血
over.
の気が多いってよく言われるしな。
I'm often told that I have a lot of blood. So basically just kind of gave blood while I was here. You're not being honest.
お前ほどじゃない。
And then he's like... Not as much as you. So he gave blood to Makoto then. I felt a warm feeling in my chest. Although he didn't say it out loud, I felt grateful to Otomachi. At the same time, I felt a slight sense of jealousy. I want to be responsible for saving Makoto's life. Otomachi's blood type is the same as Makoto's, but I am different. Blood transfusions are not possible. Wait, are you like an AB plus or something? That was a little bit frustrating. Yeah, you got the Jesus blood, and then you can't really donate to anybody but rare people. I walked down... Okay. I walked down a long hospital corridor, not knowing where I'm going. Otomachi suddenly starts walking, and I just followed in silence. So, what do you mean by what you found out? I asked while walking, then Otomachi answered as
医者に会
follows.
ってきた。
I came to see the
オメガ
doctor.
の病気はコルサコフ症候群じゃないらしい。
Okay, so this is the same as before. Okay, got this scene. So then 55. is confronting the Chimera Club. Okay, so what's this one here? I stood in front of Mew and Mina. Okay, stand in front of Mina. Stand in front of Mew. Stand in front of Mina. Or stand in front of both. Okay, stand in front of both. Who are you? Does not translate it. The man looked at the three of us carefully as if appraising us and said,
女とガキが2匹か。
A woman and 2 brats? Then... The man's words seemed to irritate her and Mew pushed me away and stepped forward. And then what did I suddenly think? I'm not a brat, or a gaki. While shouting loudly, she threw a powerful mid-kick toward the man's thigh. But the man doesn't budge. He cracked the joints in his neck and turned to Mew with a pitying gaze. Mew is probably frightened by how relaxed he was. I am not a kid. He suddenly changed his attitude and quickly hid behind me. She quickly changed her attitude and quickly hid behind me. I spread my arms again and boldly stood up to protect Mew and Mina. The deep part of my stomach feels like it's contracting. Still, I pretend to be arrogant and barked furiously. Listen, alright, even if if you just one put finger on Mew and Mina.
触れねえよ。
Don't touch me.
触れねえから安心しろ。
Don't worry, I won't touch you. The man said that with a bored tone, his mouth slightly
つ
loosened.
いてこい。
Follow me. The man starts walking. But the three of us remain frozen, unable to move.
おい、聞こえなかったのか？
Hey, didn't you hear me?
お前ら3人に言ってるんだ。
I'm telling you 3.
レンマル、ミュウ、マイナ。
Minmaru, Mew, and Mina. At a moment, a shock ran down my spine. The chill continues to spread. Why our names?
迎えに来たんだよ、お前らを。
I came to pick you up. Pick me up?
ああ、そうだ。主催の命令でな。
That's right, by order of the
主
leader.
催がお前らを待ってる。
The leader is waiting for you.
主催っていうのは
What do you mean by leader?
俺たちの組織、志村クラブの主催だよ。
He is the leader of our organization, the Chimera Club. 653. The two important witnesses to the series of incidents in the university hospital. One is Shisato and the other is Makoto. If possible, I don't want to take my eyes off these two. But I have to move, I have a place I have to go to. So I decided to leave the two of them to Otamachi. I asked for it. Let us meet again. I just got off the subway platform. Okay. So this part. So this one, and then like be weird. It might mess with your relationship with Otamachi if you choose this. So I'll do the one where I just get mad, like, where are you looking, you Arogappa? I said and smacked him on the head. To me, it was meant to be a charm. But he seems to take those words seriously.
僕はカッパじゃありません。
I'm not a kappa. I don't know what a kappa is. It's probably some Japanese cultural thing for someone who looks where they're not supposed to. Crawls into the toilet box or whatever and dies in there. I said that as if to make up for it, and his face turns even redder. You deny kappa, but you don't deny eroticism.
違いますよ。
That's wrong.
カッパでもないし、エロでも。
I'm not a kappa, and I'm not an arrow either. At that point, his words were unnaturally stopped. The redness is disappearing from his face. He is looking behind me somewhere in the distance with a serious gaze. Huh, what's wrong? I look back. It's easy to see what Omega had been fascinated by. At the end of the field of vision, there's a figure showing suspicious movements. Okay. Do this mess in the subway. And this is 16. The place I was led to was a hotel called Rev. Felt like I was guided, or rather I was abducted.
レンマル、高級ホテルだよ、ここ。
Okay, so when is this? We're at the 17th hour. Huh. Interesting. So what scene am I on? Continue. Okay. So I'm going to save this one here. And I'm going to end this very boring recording here. Man, this is boring. We'll pick up on this next time. We're at the 17th hour. Okay, I can see. So we're in... It's probably the Rinmaru route, isn't it? So the backlog is J, right? Yeah, Rinmaru. So we're on the Rinmaru side. Not the, No, it didn't switch to the Narumi side. Okay. So, what I mean by that is if I, we'll save this here. Oh, we already did saved. Okay. We exit the game. Yes. Oh no, let me exit. Okay, I'll pick a choice just to pick something. Okay, now let me exit. System data, yes. Okay, system data saved. So if I go to memories, and I go to the clear list, and I go to the scenes list, you see that probably means common route for the first 6 scenes up to the 16th hour, and then you end up in the Renmaru route on the 17th hour. That's what happened last time, that's what happened again with this new set of choices. And we will not see Narumi ever again until I figure out how to go back into this and how to actually get into the Narumi route, which I wasn't really trying to do in particular this time. But maybe I could try to make Rinmaru make a bunch of stupid decisions so that I actually end up in the Narumi route. Okay, if you watched that, that would be really strange because that was the most boring thing ever. And there's a lot of problems associated with it, but if you did, thank you for watching it. Theoretically, I would need to figure out how to make a skip where it actually stops on red, but I don't really have any idea how it actually do that. And it might be the worst case, and it might be a possible case, is this game doesn't even have that. So it could be a huge problem. Oh well.